Hey, how's it going? Heretics James here for Heretic Wargaming. So today, me and my buddy Clay are going to be playing a game at the house. So went ahead, set up the table, and so this battle report will be done. Right now, we're in the pandemic still, and so we will have some masks. We'll be wearing them, and still he's supposed to show up here. It's like midweek, and so we will be playing Chapter Approved 2019. Now it's only 1,000 points. He's actually leaving the area. He's separating from the Marines, and so I wanted to go ahead and get a last game in because he'll be gone before the stores and stuff are able to open. So go ahead and give him a nice go away. So we're going to go over my 1,000 points before he gets here, and then we'll go over his. So let's get to the army lists. All right, so today I am taking 1,000 points of mono demons, and so this is, like I said, meant to be more fun, and it was also a way to get these plague drones on the table because I have yet to play with a full squad. And so it's super easy. It's just one single battalion detachment. It has a Changecaster. He's my Warlord. He'll have the Demon Spark Warlord trait, which allows me to reroll ones to wound for any shooting attacks for Zenith demons. So basically these guys. Then I have 2 units of 3 Nurglings. I have a Spoilpox Scrivener, which is to buff these guys to give them the +1 to hit and generating more attacks on 6s. And then this guy right here is my Warlord. He is a Demon Prince of Nurgle, and he will have the Corruption Relic. So Relic here, Warlord is here, and 1,000 points. Single battalion. Should be a lot of fun. And yeah, let's go over Clay's list.
Alright, so I have a battalion of Salamanders, led by Vel'cona, who is my Warlord. He also has the Exemplar of the Promethean Creed to give him so he's going to have the 2 Warlord traits to give him +2 toughness, +2 strength. I have a Chief Librarian with the Tome of Vel'cona. His psychic powers are Fire Shield, Burning Hands, Drakeskin, and Draconic Aspect. And he has the Tome of Vel'cona. I have 1 tac squad here. Sergeant has a Lightning Claw and a Combi Flamer, and they have a Flamer there. And then another tac squad here with a Power Fist and a Combi Melta, and then a Melta Gun there. And then 1 tac squad. Sergeant has a Combi Flamer and a Power Sword. We got a Melta Gun, a Missile Launcher. In the back we got a Landraider Redeemer with it's got a multi-melt on it. It's a little broken there. A Rhino here with a invisible Stormbolter, and then a drop pod. And that is my 1 battalion.
All right, so we are deployed. Now, we didn't do the normal intro because Clay recorded on his own side and stuff, and we're trying to socially distance as much as possible. We've both got our beautiful masks on. And so the deployment was super easy. Now we're playing Scorched Earth. That is from Chapter Approved 2019. And what that mission entails is basically we're trying to kill each other. The goal is to control these objectives. For each objective you control at the beginning of your turn, you get 1 point. And then you can choose to try to raise the objectives in your opponent's deployment zone. So because he's got a drop pod and he's got some other stuff, I chose to be attacker. Now he can still seize. And he deployed most of his objectives over here. We had to deploy 2 in the middle. And then I actually deployed one of my objectives over here because I'm coming at him. So I want to try to raise these. Try being the key word because he's got a landraider, and I don't know how he's going to deal with the landraiders. But that's about it. Do you want to try to seize?
I don't think so.
You don't want to seize? Okay.
Let it happen.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not like I have much shooting anyway, so yeah. So we're going to move on to my turn 1, and normally we do the handshake, so I'm just going to give him a little elbow across the table. So moving on to turn 1 for the demons. So I forgot to cover, we do have stuff in Deep Strike. He's got the drop pod with 5 dudes in it. I've got the 29 pink horrors along with the Changecaster. As far as the Demon's turn goes, so I knew nothing was really going to happen. These guys only have 12-inch guns, so the advanced only got 2 inches. Basically just kind of scooched them up in a giant line here, and we're out of range of everything. So, yeah, I cast Virulent Blessing on them, and I get no points. So we're going to go ahead and move... Oh, this guy was supposed to be like that. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and move on to Clay's turn 1, because I did nothing.
All right.
All right, so the end of Clay's turn 1. It was pretty uneventful, too. This is a toughness 9 landraider right now. He basically shoved up all of his vehicles and then deep struck right there. That way he's controlling 2 objectives. And so he shot at these flies. He killed 1 and put 1 at 3 wounds, and then killed 1 Nurgling over there. So, and they can't fail leadership. So it's 0-0 right now. But starting turn 2, this is where we're going to actually start getting points for controlling objectives. And these do not have OBSEC. So when these troops get out there I'm in trouble. So I need to start actually picking apart stuff. So let's go ahead and move on to Nurgles turn, or Demons, turn 2. Alright, so the end of Demons turn 2. So we went ahead, charged in, did a lot of shooting with these guys. I was able to kill the Librarian and the 5-man squad here just barely. Demon Prince charged in, killed that Rhino there. Now, I did wrap up the landraider, but I felt like that was kind of rude because literally this would just sit here the rest of the game with a bunch of dudes inside. I wouldn't kill it, and that would be a really lame battle report. So I went ahead and made a gap. That way his guys can actually get out and do something. See what they do. I'm not going to let him shoot the landraider, but Clay's like, well, I'm good with that. At least Vulcan gets out. Salamanders. So beyond that, though, I scored 2 points on my turn because I controlled 2 objectives, this one and that one. And Clay will score 2 because I didn't quite get on this objective where the drop pod's at, and then he's got the guys back there. So, yeah, let's move on to Salamanders turn 2. Okay, so the end of Salamanders turn 2. So I was nice to Clay. He was mean to me. Mean guy. I didn't know that this could turn its flamers into pistols. So, yeah, lesson learned. So he went ahead and flamered, killed 3 flies. Vulcan charged in and failed him in a spectacular fashion, as a matter of fact. These guys charged into the horrors, killed a couple, like 1 or 2. Yeah, something like that. That Nurgling is still alive, fighting those 4 attack marines, and that's about it. So the score right now is 2-2. At the beginning of my turn, I will score 3 because I control this one, and this one. So that will actually bring the score up to 5-2. So let's go into Demons turn 3. Forgot to cover. So Vulcan has a 2-up save, and he took 0 wounds. I did not know that he died. Yeah. Okay. 2-up saves are not Nurgle's friends. This has no wounds on it, and he has no wounds on it. So this will be just a slap fight for the rest of the game. Anyways, back onto my turn. All right. Oh, I got to roll leadership for the flies. I rolled a 5. 5 plus the 1 that died makes a 6. Okay, we're good. So at the end of his turn, so the horrors finally cleared out the last few attack marines with the thanks of a smite over here. Vulcan killed a fly, and Demon Prince killed those attack marines. So he's obviously going to shoot something over there, and Vulcan and this landraider might end up wiping out the flies, maybe, with his crazy, he's got 1 CP left. So, but the score right now, so I got 3 points for my turn, he got another 2. So it is 5-4 right now in my favor, but let's go on to Clay's turn 3.
Alrighty.
Okay, so at the end of Clay's turn 3, so we're going to call it on game 1, and we're going to go ahead, reset, and play again. This time, he can be attacker if he wants to be. We'll basically play the exact same way. We'll leave the table set up and everything. He just gets to pick if he wants to be attacker defender. We'll redo the... we'll play the same mission, basically. Just redo the objectives and everything. But at this point, he's at a CP. He rolled really, really poorly for the Flamers. He only rolled 3 shots. Was only able to kill 1 fly. And at this point, I can just basically just sit here and just get a bunch of points. And so there's really no reason to keep going. What were your thoughts of game 1?
I mean, I had fun still. But I feel like I put my Librarian in a weird spot that just kind of stuck him out in the open. If I had put him like over up in here behind the building, he still could have gotten the spells off, and he would have been a little bit more protected from. Yeah, like an inch away from the wall or something. Yeah, no, that's true. So, yeah, good first game. Demons got game 1, so let's go ahead. We'll reset, and I'll come back at the beginning of game 2.
All right, so game 2. He chose to be. I gave him the option to pick attacker or defender. He chose defender again, which is actually because he knows that I have nothing that can do anything turn 1. So I'm gonna have to come his way, and we talked it out, and I kind of guided him a bit. I said, you need to get this guy out of combat and leave him out of combat as much as possible. So we talked it out and made sure that I can't get him turn 1. Because if I get him turn 1, he knows I'm going to wrap it up, and then it's the same game all over again. So we don't want the same game twice, right? So we got Search and Destroy. I'm going first. He chose not to seize. So our objectives, I've got 3 Nurglings touching this guy. This objective right here, I've got 3 Nurglings there. And then we've got, obviously, 4 objectives. He's very objective heavy over there. But that's kind of how I wanted it. I wanted to come at him. So we'll go into Demons turn 1 for game 2.
All right.
Okay, so the end of my turn 1. I did nothing again. Yay! Everything's going as according to plan. And so I just basically advanced up all the flies into a big U shape here. The 2 characters behind here, advanced the Nurglings behind. Just making a big bubble. That way if he wants to deep strike, I mean, he could come here, but I wouldn't advise it. And then we got the 3 Nurglings hiding behind here. So, no points scored turn 1. So let's go to Clay's turn 1.
Alrighty.
I got to do leadership again. I rolled a 1, so 1 will come back. Yeah, take it. 1 fly back. Beep, 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 boop. So the end of Clay's turn 1, he killed 2 flies, and then I just rolled a 1, so 1 came back. Beyond that, nothing else really happened. He actually rolled really well for the Flamers, and then I did use 2 CP for the 4-up Invulnerable, and rolled, I made 4 out of 5. So he could have done a lot more damage. But beyond that, neither of us scored any points. Turn 1 again. Yeah, this is really low scoring. Yeah. So we're going to move into Demons turn 2. Okay, so the end of my turn 1. So I went a different route. I could have touched the landraider, but I actually wanted to surround this rhino and kill everybody. Yeah. As a matter of fact, so just so you guys know, the combo here is Virulent Blessing with their damage to proboscises. And I did 7 6s, which means that's 7 4 damage hits into that rhino. So he actually failed 2, which would have killed it, and he rerolled 1 and failed it again, which ultimately killed it. The AP 0 is really what hurts them. They have tons of damage, but no AP really sucks against Power Armor 3. But beyond that, though, so I got 3 points that turn. He's going to get 1 point. Yeah, because you hold that one. So it's 3-1 right now, but his landraider full of duders is good. He's got duders here. So let's move on to Clay's turn 2. 2. Yeah, 2.
All right.
All right, so the end of the Salamanders turn 2. A lot of stuff happened. A bunch of flies died. I lost the Scrivener. You just kind of plowed through everything, and then he made all the saves. I didn't even do even 1 wound to anything. So this is not very good for me, but it's a lot of fun. So at the beginning of my turn, I will score another 2 points because I do have Nurglings here and Nurglings there. So right now the score is 5-1 in my favor, but Clay still has most of his army, and I've got a bunch to bring in. So we'll see what happens at the end of Demons turn 3. All right, so the end of Demons turn 3. So my Demon Prince came in, killed his Librarian. He made all of his saves here, and all but 1 save back there. So all the Marines are basically alive, and then 42 shots killed 4 Marines. So I tell people, the biggest problem with Demons is no AP. So when you have a 3-up save, you don't realize how good a 3-up save is until, you make 13 saves. But so beyond that, I scored nothing. We already did the score at the beginning of the turn. But so at the beginning of Clay's turn, he's going to score 2 points because he has 1 Marine here and 1 Marine over there. So right now the score is 5-3. So let's go on to the Salamanders turn 3.
All right.
Okay, so the end of the Salamanders turn 3.
Yeah.
That Marine continues to be a pain in my ass. This Marine has a Power Fist, charged in, killed my Demon Prince. And Vulcan killed one of the flies. And beyond that, that was about it. So at the end of beginning of my next turn, I'll score 3 points because I control that one, this one, in that one. So the score right now is 8-3. And we'll see what happens on Demon's turn 4. I don't have much killing power left. So I need to hope that the horrors actually do something finally. Yeah, we'll move on to my turn 4. Alright, so the end of the Demon's turn 4. So my shooting finally did a little bit of something. I killed all the Marines here in the middle. That guy's still alive. And yeah, beyond that, so at the beginning of Clay's turn, he will score 1 more point. So he's up to 4 points. So he's got quite a bit left still. I did charge into Vulcan to basically give me more movement to get on this middle objective and basically make sure that Vulcan, if he wants to fall back, he could still shoot the landraider into him, but then at which point Vulcan's no longer in combat. So trying to give him a catch-22 because at this point he's got the pod, Vulcan, landraider, and 1 Marine left. I mean, I don't have any killing power, but but I'm holding all the objectives. These are all mine. These are all mine. So on to Clay's turn 4. All right, so the end of the Salamanders. My voice is hoarse from laughing. So Clay killed tons and tons of horrors. As a matter of fact, I basically guided him and said, hey, you know, wipe out as many of these as you can. He ended up killing, I think, 13 of what were left. So there's like just a handful left. He drifted this Land Raider to charge into these guys and into the flies. Well, I went ahead and used my pile-in to get into that 1 Marine because they were closer. And he made all of his saves again. That Marine just won't die. At this point, there is no feasible way for Clay to catch up. I'm 8 points ahead. Even if he comes and raises this objective, we only got 2 turns left. So other than the Land Raider, really nothing else can make it over here. So we're going to go ahead and play through just to kind of see what happens. He wants to see if his Burning Nation can actually do some more damage. And I want to see if I can kill that damn Marine. God, that guy, he just won't die. But yeah, so we'll come back at the end. All right, so we're going to go ahead and I'm going to allow Clay to roll to see if we continue. At this point, Vulcan has killed most of the horrors. There's 4 left. They're just basically hanging out to just die. His Land Raider has fallen back and he's more than 1 inch away from those flies. The flies did finally kill the last Marine, so yay. But on a 3+, we continue. Let's roll it down here. Oh, yeah, we continue. All right. So I will come back at the end of turn 5 after both of us have played. Okay, so the end of turn 5 now. That was hilarious. So this 1 horror just tanked like 5 or 6 forward saves. So he's like, is this what it's like for that one dude that just wouldn't die? I was like, yeah, pretty much. So I got to take a leadership, see if... I get a fly back.
Oh,
Yay.
my God.
Yeah! Go fly. All right, this fly is going to be right there. Just right there. But beyond that, we've stopped keeping score. Vulcan's at 1 wound. Land Raider's completely untouched. Would you like to roll to see if we continue on a 4+?
Why not?
We do not. All right. So long range elbow for the second game. What'd you think of the game?
That was a lot more fun, definitely this time around. I love that deployment. What is it? The search and destroy.
Yeah.
It's always been one of my favorites just because it's weird. But yeah, in hindsight, I feel like I shouldn't have put my Rhino so far out alone because that wasted him and a whole 5-man squad.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, good game.
Yeah, no, it was a great game. And I was helping Clay out because he's trying to learn how to play better. So I was just kind of giving some tips. Hey, measure this out. Make sure I can't do this. Because especially after that first game, like he knew the strengths of his army versus mine. Like the 2-up saves. I mean, these 2 literally just can't die against my army. So he knew he had 2 like untouchable models. So it's just leveraging those 2 models, which he did very well. Basically wiped out almost all the flies this time. And I lost all my HQ. So I'm just down to 6 Nurglings and a few flies. So, but great game, Clay. I wish you luck. Hi, roommate. He got in the camera. So, and so I'll see you guys in the next battle report here at Heretic Wargaming.